just made me be a bit happier. That's all.
Pillion emerges as one of the most intriguing and thought-provoking films of the year, carrying an emotional complexity that transcends any single genre and resonates with universal experiences of companionship, identity, and transformation. From early creative development, the project was envisioned not merely as an action drama or a road story, but as a layered exploration of how shared journeys, both physical and emotional, can alter our sense of self. At its core, the film asks a deceptively simple question: when two lives collide on a journey, how deeply can one person's presence change another's inner world? The narrative begins with a sense of quiet unease, rooted in the life of a protagonist navigating the routines and rhythms of everyday struggle. This character carries the weight of unresolved loss, lingering regret, and a sense that life's trajectory has stalled. A once vibrant sense of purpose has dimmed, leaving a quiet ache that feels almost invisible to the world yet pulsating within every small decision. It is into this internal landscape that the other main character unexpectedly arrives, like a shifting wind that disturbs stillness and awakens buried possibilities. Their meeting is unlikely, unplanned and almost accidental, a spontaneous encounter that initially inspires curiosity more than connection. One character is grounded in structure and predictability, leaning on habits and certainties to manage a quietly fractured inner life. The other carries a restless energy, a yearning for movement that manifests not just in physical motion but in an openness to experience and emotional vulnerability. From those early interactions, the story begins to unfold not as a conventional romance, but as an intimate study of relational emergence, the slow and surprising way two separate emotional landscapes begin to overlap visually. The film reflects this interior merging through a cinematographic language that leans into naturalistic beauty and symbolic imagery. Shots linger on horizons, mist-covered roads, and the gentle interplay of light on fleeting moments, quiet visual metaphors that mirror the characters' internal shifts. The camera often frames them against wide, open spaces that suggest possibility, yet also emphasize the emotional distance between what was and what could be. Their journey, though marked by actual movement through space, ultimately feels like a passage through memory, hope, and evolving self-understanding. The central relationship at the heart of the film is shaped by moments that feel both ordinary and profoundly significant. A shared laugh over a roadside lunch, the quiet stretching of early morning shadows, the way they speak in moments of unguarded silence. Each detail carries emotional weight. These are not superficial interactions. They are small, cumulative instances of shared vulnerability, trust formation, and the risky business of opening one's inner world to another. The emotional intimacy unfolds not through grand declarations, but through the subtle textures of everyday encounter. As the plot advances, the characters find themselves navigating external obstacles that test not only their physical endurance but their emotional resilience. Encounters with strangers, detours into unfamiliar terrain, and fleeting crises along the way function as crucibles, revealing hidden aspects of character and shading their evolving connection with depth and nuance. These narrative beats are crafted not for dramatic spectacle alone, but to reveal how adversity and the choice to face it alongside another can reshape self-perception and relational understanding. Sound and musical design play a powerful role in shaping the film's tone. Ambient soundscapes, the hum of wind through open plains, distant echoes of human activity, the rhythmic hum of wheels on road, serve as an auditory backdrop that reinforces both solitude and connection. The score fluctuates between gentle, contemplative motifs and crescendos that align with emotional breakthroughs, emphasizing the rhythm of internal shifts as much as external events. In moments of stillness, silence itself becomes part of the emotional language, a reminder that absence and presence are equally resonant, supporting characters encountered. Along the way, serve to deepen the thematic richness of the story. Some offer moments of fleeting wisdom, others challenge assumptions or provoke unforeseen reactions. These interactions are never random. They function as reflective surfaces, helping to illuminate aspects of the protagonists that might otherwise remain unseen. In this way, the journey becomes not just a path toward a destination, but a mirror through which internal change is both revealed and realized. The emotional stakes of the film are fueled by the protagonist's inner tensions and the gradual dissolution of barriers they once considered inviolable. One character's guarded heart, previously closed off to risk, begins to soften in the warmth of shared experience. The other's restless search for meaning finds both challenge and solace in grounded companionship. Their evolving dynamic becomes less about romantic idealization and more about reciprocal growth, a story of mutual reinforcement rather than simple resolution. As the narrative approaches its most transformative moments, the film moves toward a powerful emotional center. Here, the characters confront not just external conflict or the literal challenges of their journey, but the deeper internal questions that have shaped their lives long before they met. What does it mean to trust? What does it mean to stay present in vulnerability? And what does it mean to allow another person into a place of heartache once thought irredeemable? These questions find expression not through dialogue alone, but through the shared moments that illuminate the spaces between words. The film's pacing allows emotions to breathe, giving audiences space to inhabit the inner life of the characters rather than rushing to dramatic conclusion. Emotional transformations are gradual, subtle, and deeply felt, rather than abrupt or superficially resolved. It is this patience that gives the story its power, allowing viewers to experience change with the characters rather than merely observe it. As the journey nears its resolution, the characters find themselves not simply arriving at a physical destination, but at a deeper understanding of what it means to live with openness, connection, and self-reflection. The ending does not rely on tidy closure. Rather, it embraces the complexity of life's ongoing motion. The protagonists have changed not because they found certainty, but because they learned to sit with uncertainty together, to embrace vulnerability as strength, and to recognize that transformation often emerges through shared steps rather than solitary leaps. The legacy of the film emerges in its invitation to consider how relationships, in all their fragile, beautiful complexity, shape us. It reminds us that journeys, whether literal or metaphorical, are defined not just by where they end, but by how we shift along the way. The chronology of water becomes an evocative metaphor for this emotional truth. Life's currents, like relationships, carry us forward whether we surrender to them or fight against the tide. Ultimately, Pillion offers an immersive and emotionally resonant narrative that calls us to reflect on the ways connection deepens our understanding of self, love, and endurance. Through its rich character portrayals, soulful sound design, and evocative imagery, the film captures the elegance of shared experience, a story of two lives intersecting in unpredictable ways and discovering that the journey itself is its own destination. In this way, the story becomes not just a film to watch, but a feeling to be lived.